Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is the March 17th, 2021 meeting of the Babylon Town Board. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Rich Schaefer, the town supervisor, and we have our town board members, Deputy Supervisor and Councilman Tony Martinez, Councilman Dwayne Gregory, Councilman Anthony Mineta, and Councilman Terrence McSweeney, as well as our town clerk, Jerry Compatello, and our town attorney, Joe Wilson, and our stenographer to the town board is Jen Taus. So with that, you're obviously joining us virtually. We're operating under the governor's order where public meetings must be held by Zoom or through a YouTube channel, which is what we're doing today. If you're looking at us on the YouTube channel while we're live today, the Wednesday the 17th at 3:30, there's a link below where you can access today's agenda. If you're interested in addressing the board on any of the items on the agenda or any one of the two public hearings that are scheduled for today, you can click the link and send us a message and we'll get you into the waiting room so you can address the board. If you're watching this at a future time and date, you can also still use the same link and we will get the message and assign it to who can assist you with regard to any questions or comments that you have. Before we proceed any further, though, I would like to ask everyone to please rise for a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence, and I'd ask that you keep in your thoughts and prayers the brave servicemen and women serving our country, both here and abroad, as well as those in our town who are still working in the COVID-19 pandemic response, and in particular, those families who've either lost a loved one or nursing a loved one back to good health, and of course, the first responders and healthcare professionals who are doing yeoman's work in having our town get through this pandemic. Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta.
Here.
Councilman Martinez.
Here.
Councilman McSweeney.
Here.
Councilman Gregory.
here.
Supervisor Schaefer.
And I am here, so all five are present. With that, we'll go into today's public hearing schedule for today. And our first public hearing is a public hearing in reference to amending Chapter 3, Article 2, Section 3-4, the Town of Babylon Uniform Code of Traffic Ordinances. I don't have any speakers, so I'll take a motion from Councilman Mineta, second by Councilman Martinez, to close and reserve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing is closed. Decision reserved. Second public hearing is a public hearing in reference to lifting town board covenant restrictions for planning job number 20-07 ADIN. Dan, do we have any speakers?
Yes, we have four. Chris Tartaglia, Nicholas Buscemi, Andrew Villari, and David Altman. I believe they're all from the same organization, so I'll let them in together.
Yeah, you can let them all in. Thank you. Mr. Altman,
Sir, how are you?
good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody.
Yes, you too, and to your team. And I guess you'll take the lead. We just called the public hearing and we just have you and your team as signed up speakers. So I guess you'll just give us a brief review of what this is.
Sure, Mr. Supervisor. Happy to do so. Yes. So with me today should be Chris Tartaglia. There he is from High Point Engineering, Chris's firm of the civil engineers who designed this project before you, and also Andrew Villari from Stonefield Engineering. They are our traffic consultants. To the extent the board has any questions of them, either with respect to the plans or otherwise, we are here to answer questions. Otherwise, I think what's in front of the board today is pretty limited as it relates to a certain declaration of covenant and restrictions imposed by the board circa 1992 with regard to this station. And I'll note for the record that the station, which is located 616 North Broadway, currently being zoned Business C and within the town's GSS overlay district. Just a little pedigree information: at the northwest corner of North Broadway and Bentley Road, has a lot area of 27,910 square feet, or 0.64 acres. Lot frontage on Route 110 of 173.12 feet, and on Bentley Road of 150 feet. With regard to the history of the site and its use as a gasoline service station, records obtained by the applicant, which in this case is Bola, and I know the board is familiar with Bola. The initial C of O was issued for a gasoline service station on this site on March 18th, almost a year to, almost 63 years to the, 57 years to the day rather, for the gasoline station. And that C of O number is 47453. The station was updated almost 30 years later with renovations, which included refurbishing the existing building that's on site and the addition of the current pump island canopy. C of O was issued for that on September 2nd of 92, 99056. As part of that approval at the time, between the planning board and this town board, a declaration of covenants and restrictions was issued and filed in the Suffolk County Clerk's office on May 29th of 92 in Liber 11511, page 243. At that time, and of relevance, and certainly as it relates to today's hearing, there was a covenant at the time that indicated no convenience store permitted. Some 5 years later, the then owner and applicant made application to this board and to the planning board to modify those C&Rs, alleging a change of circumstance, which is the basis for modifying or repealing C&Rs in the first instance, to do away with the limitation preventing preventing the convenience store rather. And that was granted by this board, and subsequently the C&Rs were modified. And I believe the decision from the town board was granted in 97, and it's town board number 584, the resolution being dated 8/20 of 96. Bola proposes to raise and rebuild the existing station. So what's there today was going to be replaced with an entirely new gasoline station, as presented on the site plans, which have already been reviewed in detail by this town's planning department, engineering department, and by the planning board during its January 4th, 2021 hearing, which resulted in the referral to this board to address the C&Rs that from 1992. And the applicant is requesting repeal of those 1992 C&Rs, and that is sort of echoed in the recommendation of the November 30th, 2020 Planning Department memo, which also recommends and advises repeal of those C&Rs and replacement with a contemporary set of C&Rs which reflect the current business practices and industry standards for gasoline service stations today. And I will note again, there are already, the board has recognized change of circumstance going back to 97 with the repeal of the C&R covenant. I keep saying C&R, the convenience store limitation. I'll note even further today, based on the change of circumstance as reflected particularly at this site, where there were 3 repair bays for auto repairs. I believe the auto repair use at this site discontinued some 2+ years ago. As we all know today, small local gas stations simply can't afford to do auto repairs. They're typically done mostly by dealerships these days. And that as such has left a building which, for the most part, with the exception of the small convenience store that exists today, is empty. And I know this board is certainly familiar with the Bola brand and the product it puts out there on the market. Bola is, frankly, the gold standard when it comes to the gasoline and convenience industry here on Long Island and in the New York metro area. And Bola intends to bring that same level of quality and service to this particular site. And towards that end, we would ask that the planning board grant the town board rather, my apologies, grant the request to repeal those 92 CNRs and in
Sure.
place instead, we've already reviewed and discussed the draft CNRs provided by planning, and with the exception of a small change which planning has agreed to, BOLA is amenable as well.
Great.
And
Hey, Dave,
that
just
is our presentation.
great. Just state your address for the record.
Sure. My appearance for the record, David Altman, Law Office of Brown, Altman, DeLeo, 538 Broad Hollow Road, Suite 301W, Melville, New York.
Great. Okay. So Dan, we don't have any other speakers signed up?
Correct.
Okay. So thank you to your team. I'll take a motion from Councilman Martinez, seconded by Councilman McSweeney to close and reserve. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing is closed. Decision reserved. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day. Appreciate your time.
You too.
Stay well.
Okay. So that's it for the public hearings today. Dan, do we have anybody signed up for the agenda?
Nope.
Okay, so we'll go right into the agenda and start off with Resolution 159.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 160.
I offer resolution 160.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 161.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 162.
I offer 162.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution is approved. Resolution 163.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta,
Yes.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney,
Yes.
Councilman Gregory,
yes,
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes. Resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 164.
I offer resolution 164.
I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta,
Yes.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney,
Yes.
Councilman Gregory,
yes,
and Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 165.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta,
Yes.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney,
Yes.
Councilman Gregory,
yes,
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 166.
I offer 166.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 167.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 168.
I offer resolution 168.
I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta,
Yes.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney,
Yes.
Councilman Gregory,
yes,
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 169.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta,
Yes.
Councilman Martinez,
Yes.
Councilman McSweeney,
Yes.
Councilman Gregory,
yes,
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolution's approved, 5 votes in favor, 0 opposed. Resolution 170.
I move resolution 170.
I second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 171.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 172.
I offer 172.
second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 173.
offer resolution 173,
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 174.
I'll offer 174.
second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 175.
offer resolution 175,
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 176.
I'll offer resolution 176.
second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 177.
offer resolution 177,
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 178.
I'll offer 178.
second,
All those in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
Resolution's approved. Resolution 179.
offer resolution 179,
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 180.
I'll offer resolution 180.
second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 181.
offer resolution 181,
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. Resolution 182.
I'll offer 182.
second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution's approved. And resolution 183.
offer resolution 183,
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution is approved. That's it for the resolutions. Dan, do we have any speakers for the open portion?
We do not.
Okay, so I'll take a motion to adjourn by Councilman Manetta, second by Councilman McSweeney. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Meeting is adjourned.